Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are continuing our playthrough of Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amon, and today we just finished checking out the hold here and helping out there, and now we are heading to the Umar Hills. Sounds exciting. Let's check it out. Oh, scary. Let's save.
Wait, Mayor, when is this crisis going to be solved, eh?
Aye, me and mine need to get back to herding, we do, for the wolves have gobbled me flock entire.
Calm down, everyone, please. I assure you that everything that can be done is being done.
And what is that? Ah, you just hired a group of those adventurers, didn't you? Where in the abyss are they? Well, they haven't come back yet, no. Oh, we're doomed. Doomed. We must flee the village. We must flee before more people go missing. Now, people, come. This is no time to panic. Please, listen to my husband. Yes, well, we're looking for another group of adventurers here to handle the situation. To kill the Mogurs and evil kin, you mean? Yes, ever since the band of monsters moved into the area, we've had nothing but trouble. They're eating people, that's what. You're both daft. 'Tis the wolves that have been wandering the hills, sure enough. Hungry they is. It's not wolves, you fool. It's Umar herself, returned to haunt us and steal our children. Umar, don't be telling that folk tale now. Can't you see that this is ogres, plain as the truth? People, please, we must find out what happened to our ranger, Morella, and then track down the source of these murderers. More adventures will come soon. Well, they can't come soon enough. You best be doing something, Mayor. We need to be fleeing the city for our safety. I'm trying to do something. Everyone remain calm. Panic will not help. I am going to return to my home now. Everyone go home, please.
I hope this is worth it.
Yeah, what is it you want, stranger? Just what's going on in this village, anyway? I'll tell you what's going on, my lord. The wolves have been in here in these hills the past years and been coming at us, they are. For weeks now, they've been preying on us, sneaking into the village at night and tearing people apart. Then their bodies disappear the next night. 'Tis a gruesome sight, to be sure. I've seen 'em, too. Them wolves look at me from afar with smart in their eyes. 'Tis the truth. The rest of the village is full of them, as fools. Them ogres, I seen 'em, and they ain't so bad. And the Umar stuff is nothing but a load of nonsense. Has nothing been done to hunt these wolves? Bloody Mary hired a halfling running her troop to find out what's been happening. They haven't come back. Wolves ripped 'em apart is my guess. Why would wolves come back to take away bodies a day later? Don't really know. Ain't nothing natural, that's for sure. Just come up to an advantage as far as I can tell. What do you know about the ogres? They used to belong to that big rebel army down in the south of Oman. Deserters likely. Seen 'em on my patrols. Don't look like they've been up to anything. Led by a big ogre fellow, Mandolf, I think. Wants to be left alone. In fact, he talked first rather than kill you. Makes him not the worst sorts in my books. What's this about Umar? Just a load of bull is all. He wants to know about Umar. Go talk to Vicencio at the inn. He loves to talk about his old arse. He does. I'll be going then. On your way then, stranger. We don't need any trouble here, that's for certain.
Ugh, my legs are just aching. I've never walked so much in my life. Can we rest now, please?
Greetings, good customer.
Good day to you, sir. It's nice to see a new face in the village for once. We haven't had many travelers through here since all these killings began, naturally. I'd be pleased to show you some of the goods I have to sell, though I must warn you our mercantile company hasn't had much opportunity to deliver lately, so goods are sparse. Show me what you have to sell. Let's see, anything crazy? Doesn't look like it.
Have a look at my wares.
Hello there, what can I do for you on this fine day? Have a need for a trinket or two, or do you need directions? What is of interest around here? Well, we've a little intrigue happening, though nothing a traveling company armed as you would be interested in. Well, there has been a few people go missing. The most disturbing loss was the ranger Morella. She disappeared after searching for the first person to go missing, some peasant. Her cabin was in the southwest, though. I don't know what you would find there. Don't much care, really.
You'll find no better prices in armor. I guarantee it.
I just know that one of these days one of those ogres is going to come down and massacre me, just like those other villagers. I never thought of something like this when I became a merchant. I'll be going then.
Be merry, friend.
Now I be recognized. You should I be? I'll be on my way.
Bloke can't walk 5 feet these
They brought in the
days
most
without
outlying
someone
farmers
hitting
and
him up.
herders. No one's safe if they're alone for a minute. And even here he ain't safe.
Well met and welcome.
It's grow heavy.
You look like the decent sort who can hold a sword.
Time to sleep.
Why don't you go and slaughter those ogres and save us all a lot of trouble?
Never had rats. No.
Hello to you, and good day. I'm Vicencio, and I offer you all the services of me humble inn. There are a lot of things to be said about your inn, Vince, but humble ain't one of them. I would be picking, eh? Hush, boy, and keep calling me Vince, and I'll have you strapped on a log. The name's Vincenzo. Venencio. Phenomena. That's a lot of rot. You hears the name from a Symbian trader, and suddenly he's putting on airs. Pfiff. Never mind the boy. He's an ignorant loud. I took it out of pity. A simpleton who doesn't know his place. Is there aught I can do for you, my lord? What do you know about the killings around here? Ah, Venencio knows the truth. My family's been in this area for a long time. And the tales of the witch Umar have been passed down. They have. You're not going into that rot again, are you? Silence, boy. Perhaps I should give you the witch instead as an offering, and I'll leave you on the doorstep with a lace of garlic tied around your neck. Well, I thought you'd shut her trap. Now then, my lord, I can tell you about the witch Umar. A tale sure to curl your ears if you'd care to hear about it. Go ahead. I've got the time. Like I said, my family has been around these parts for a long time. We were here back when the witch herself plagued these lands, 700 years ago. Umar was a wicked one. No one ever saw her except when she came down from the hills to steal some unfortunate soul. Shepherds, babes, anyone who weren't careful. She tortured them. You could hear their cries during the night. People tried to find her, but only the victims' bodies would turn up, mutilated and dead. Don't know why they just didn't kill her. Because they couldn't find her, you stupid boy. Were you not listening? And besides, she was a powerful witch with plenty of magic for any fight. Strange thing is, my lord, Umar just vanished one day. Maybe she were killed, maybe not. But every century or so it's said she comes back to the hills. Haha, this is what it gets real funny in your story. I'm warning you, boy, you'll be out in the arse faster than you can blink if you keep this up. As I said, every century or so she comes again. People disappear, tortured in the hills, and only sometimes the bodies are found. Once Umar steeled herself on blood, she returns to whence she came. This is just like them other times. People forget so easily. 'Tis the witch, I tells you. Has nobody tried to find this witch in recent years? Well, there was a group of mages some years back who came. Young ones, apprentices, I gathered. 2 fellows and a young lass, sure enough. They were sent by their master. Look into the Umar witch, or so they said. Nice enough group, but they were expecting nothing. I remember 'em. They were all right for mages. Lots nicer than the German fella. Germane fella. Now he should go on and soak his head. True enough. Them 3 went into the hills and they were never found again. Crept for the lass's journal. I found those myself out in the woods. More victims of Umar herself, sure as daylight. You can read in the lass's journal, sure enough. Do you think I might be able to take a look at this journal? You can. I had a copy or 2 done by a scribe friend of mine months back. You can have this one if you likes. A copy or 2, more like he got a whole storeroom full of copies of that journal, you bleeding banana. Well, so what if I have? 'Tis a good story, more or less. Make me bloody rich one day, and where will ye be, you little rugrat? More like you wrote the journal yourself, I'd wager. I didn't know nay such thing. Here you go, my lord, use it well, but beware the witch. If ye goes into the hills, she's not stated yet. Not long shot. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of them. That's funny. This journal seems to be that of the apprentice mage telling the tale of her expedition into the Umar Hills with 2 other apprentices in search for evidence of a fabled witch. The tale is hard to believe, but seems to relate the group's horror at getting lost and being hounded by an unseen predator during the nights. The script is a panicky feminine hand, and the last page can barely be made as it follows. Sorry to Joshella's mother. I'm sorry about what happened to Michaelis. There's something out here with us. We thought it to be peasants, but peasants aren't this clever. Joshella says it's the witch. I hear her when I sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want... The journal ends here.
Well, you look like the sort who has more than 2 gold pieces to rub together.
Sorry, ain't got much in the way of tombs today. Been real slow here, so I shipped most of my stock to Athkala. Ain't talked to anyone in weeks, actually. Business been bad because of the nasty events around here recently? Hey, that it has, though there have been quite a few old books turning up around here to make it worthwhile. Nothing startling, but I'd get by. Enjoy your stay at best in these circumstances.
I hope this is worth it. I hope this is worth it. I hope this is worth it.
Oh, greetings to you, stranger. Who are you? My name is Dar, and I'm one of importance, I suppose. At least nobody important enough that my father's love might vaguely consider allowing me to court her. No, why not? My love is Colette, and her father is a wizard of no small power and possessed a considerable bias against me. His name is Germain, and I understand he intends to use Colette as a bargaining tool for some wizardly endeavor of his own. Against her will, I imagine, although I've had no chance to ask her opinion. I know she wants to go with me, I know it, but her father will have none of it. He intends to go to great lengths to keep us apart. Oh, woe is me. Perhaps I could speak to him for you. It would be of no use, I'm sure, and I do not wish to use violence in such an endeavor. I do not appreciate its taste. No doubt Germain would crush me with magic. You are kind to offer your assistance, but there is no helping me, I think. Leave me to my sorrow, please.
You need something, stranger?
Who disturbs me? My name doesn't concern you. Oh, fine. There isn't anything more pleasant than being disrupted by a mysterious, brooding stranger, now is there? Pfah! Well, I care not, so as long as that young fool Dar has not sent you. And I since ask you have none of your business, then Germain licensed cowed wizards for this region, so you needn't run off and attempt to report me, boy. You're a cowed wizard? Then why don't you do something about the killings around here? I don't do anything about it because I don't want to do anything about it. I have more important things to do, and until the cowed wizards tell me otherwise, I'll not involve myself. Can you tell me what you know about these killings, then? It's likely wolves or ogres or some other mundane nonsense. I've no interest in the matter. Why don't you ask some of the yokels if you're so concerned? What is this thing you're making? Ah, glad you asked. This, my friend, is nothing other than a golem of stone. A fine piece of magical craftsmanship, if I do say so myself. Few other mages have made the attempt, you see. This type of golem is quite powerful and dangerous, but I am more than skilled enough to control it. Once it's complete, I'll have an excellent servant and something to keep an eye on my daughter and that foolhardy beau of hers while I'm away. Trouble is, I'm missing one of the crucial ingredients, the blood of a mimic. I'd pay handsomely for some. In fact, you look like the adventurous type. Care to find me some? I'm gathering coin to rescue a friend, so if there's a reward, I suppose I could. I seem to recall that I've got a magical sword around here that I won in a bet from that fool Tagirius. I have no use for it, but it's valuable. Find me some mimic's blood and it's yours. I need to know what a mimic is and where you'd find one. A mimic is a vicious little creature, shape changer, that likes to attract and kill adventurers by looking like a treasure chest or similar objects. They generally exist in dungeons, ruins, and similar places, although where you find one around here I haven't a clue. That's why I'm looking for some. Very well, I'll make the attempt. Fine, I wish I could point you in the right direction, but if you do find some, you know where to find me. Off you go then, boy.
Hello there.
This is worth it.
Father will never let me marry Dar. That is all I wish to do. I don't know why he won't change his mind.
this is worth it.
Okay. Check over here.
I hope this is worth it.
Hello. I don't recognize you. You must be new to Innisfail. Is there something I can help you with?
We come because the little boy, Dylan, said there was an evil here and the need of butt kicking, and good for us that we have our boots on. Yes, sir. You did. Then the boy did get to the city after all. Oh, I'm pleased to hear it. You've come to our aid then, yes? I would like to know more about what is going on here first. Yes, of course. It's a gruesome business. I'm sure that the little Dylan told you some of the story, but I should elaborate on it
We've had a
for your
run of
behalf.
killings and disappearances here as of late.
People murdered in their beds, their bodies disappearing, bodies found with the skins inside out. Normally we would turn to our local ranger protector to aid us in a time like this, but our ranger Marilla has vanished. Several men went to her cabin southwest of the village and they found no sign of her. It's not like her to be absent for so long. I fear the worst. Soon after, shepherds and farmers from the outlying holds began disappearing. People heard strange noises at night, and we have no ranger to turn to. Everyone's frightened, but they're scared to leave us as well, else they get caught out in the wilderness by whatever has been doing the killing. And of course, everyone has ideas on what's behind all this. It's the ogres, my husband. You know it is. My wife, Ina, and yes, many people think it is the group of ogres who moved into the area just before the killings began. Likely is, too. They're in the hills, too close to the village, I say. Yes, you can find them in the hills a bit north of here. Of course, others think it's a pack of very large wolves that's been ranging in the hills for some years. And still others claim Umar herself, the great witch of the hills, has returned. Legend has it she was responsible for deaths much like these ones. Ha! That's just old legends. Umar's been gone for over 500 years, my husband. Yes, true, I suppose I should warn you. I've always hired a famous knight, Mazzy Fenton and her troop, but they haven't been back. If wolves were shadows in doing this, they'd have to be terribly evil. Direwolves, perhaps. I don't think ogres would do this, but I'm not sure. This all sounds quite ominous. Wolves, ogres, witches, oh my. There's too much for Miska's poor head to comprehend. Which of these are evil? The edge of my sword shall find the truth. To be honest, I think you should check on the ogres and their fellows before chasing after legends and such. So will you help us? I will make the attempt, yes. Oh, most excellent. Please, my lord, go to Marilla's cabin and find where she has gone. My men are too frightened to go far from the village. Her cabin is west of the village in the valley. It should not be hard to find. There are other older cabins in the hills abandoned for many years. Or go north from here to the river and find Madolf and his beasts. I have little doubt that they are responsible for all this, but we must be sure. I am relieved you have decided to help us. You have the run of the village, my lord. If you need anything else, do not hesitate to come to me. O most glorious day, one step closer we come to being true heroes. Yes, indeedy. Even little Boo's fur stands on the edge of his anticipation. All right. Let's see. Why don't we head... I think he said it's to the west, so why don't we try heading this way?
Herr de Lys, a Ronin, a rogue. You have more freedom than most, and yet you remain as grumpy as a flea-bitten dog. Why so glum?
Dogs, is it? A fitting cloak for a bloodhound. You've got the scent now, Yoshimo, and shall bring the prey to your mysterious master.
No master have I, save my own conscience. I merely wish to know why life is such a burden to you. Shackles as heavy as yours cannot be hidden from one who has been a slave. I tire of this dreadful acting. Leave me be, Yoshimo.
this is worth it. I hope this is worth it.
Or if this is her cabin. You skip many of the entries of times and placed far removed from your current worries. Cat J came to visit again, a sweet child eager to learn my ways with the wild creatures. Dark creatures roam the forest. Several townspeople have been slain by some unknown predator. Everyone seems to have their own opinion of what is doing the killing. The strangest thing is that the bodies are disappearing in the morning. This leaves me baffled, for most signs point to a pack of wolves that have been in the area for a long time. Wolves don't steal bodies, or perhaps I should say wolf-like creatures. At night, while I've been patrolling, I've often caught shadowy glimpses of these wolves running alongside me. I've tried to attract their attention, but they ignore me. I find this most strange, as if a pack is being controlled by someone else. Years ago, I spoke with the pack leaders, and they were cordial. Now they either flee from me, or I fear to say this, they stalk me. It is near noon, and still the wood outside my cabin seems full of shadows. I've been hard-pressed to hear birds, and most of the larger animals have long fled. I plan to find the wolves' den this afternoon. I've drawn a map to it. All signs point to them as being the culprits. But what wolves act like these? They are wolves with the cunning of men. And there is something else, a whispering in my mind. It is faint now, in the walking hours, but while I sleep, I dream only of this voice and the face behind it. Whether it's connected to the voices, I do not know. I suspect by this time that the sun sets tonight, I'll have answers to my questions. While we travel this day to search out the wolf lair, my own scouting of the region has confirmed Morella's suspicions that there is a large pack of wolves acting in this area. On the map included, I've indicated where I believe the wolf den to be located. Follow us if you can, but be cautious. We can ill afford another mysterious disappearance until we meet again. It looks as if a violent struggle has taken place here. Someone was killed and dragged out of the cabin. There are a few footprints in the blood. They appear to be a dog or wolf prints. Interesting. Well, there's more. There's more to the cabin. I just don't know how to
I'm willing.
get in there. Huh.
I hope this is worth it.
Well, let's continue. What is this? Oh, it's the inn. Okay.
got no time for to talk to you now.
We're just good folk fled from the outer farmland, stranger. We ask nothing of you other than that you leave us be. Why do you have all these chickens? 'Tis none of your concern, my lord. They're nothing but chickens for eating is all.
Well met and welcome.
Is there something you be needing, my lord? Why do you have all these chickens here? Why not? We can't leave it to the farm to rot completely. We have to eat, my lord.
You're a stranger.
Hello, sir. Who might you be? My name's Katjay. I came here with me ma and my pa to flee the bad people who are killing everybody. When I grow up, though, I'm going to be a mighty warrior and leave this place for good. What do you know about these bad people? Ma and pa says I'm just telling stories, but I'm not. It's true, and I really saw it. I was bringing the cows home a couple weeks ago, but I was bringing them through the path in the woods because it's faster, even though Ma doesn't like it when I go through there. But I passes by the ranger cabin. Morella's always been real nice to me. She gave me candies that says she makes out of her tree sap, and she took me fishing once too. When I passed by it, though, I saw this big black shadow coming out of her cabin, and it was leaving a big trail of red stuff which looked like blood. It was big and scary, and it looked like a wolf monster. I was so scared for Morella, so I went and told old Ma and Pa, but they didn't believe me and told me to stop telling stories. But it really is true, sir, honest. If I went to the cabin, I bet you'd find something. It's just to the west of the village, out of the valley. Nobody wants to go out there now because they're all scared, but I know I saw something, sir.
Good business to you.
Hello. Don't meet a lot of strangers around here, especially of late. Who are you? Name's Gruz. Came to the village with some of my other herders after some of us started being slaughtered or just plain disappeared. Herders, farmers, anyone in the outlying lands. The mayor sent some people out to find what's happening, but I know what's going on. It's Umar. The witch has come back, and there ain't no one going to the hills to come back now. Well, I should be getting the going.
Weather's been lousy lately.
Fine thing, all us fleeing to the village from our farms. For all good it is it'll do us. Don't know how you fools can wander around and all your metal get up in this heat. Just the price of being an adventurer, my good man. Adventures, are you? Heh. I'll give you an adventure you won't soon forget for a few godders, mind ya. Golders, is it? Will 10 gold pieces be enough for you? 10 golders? Nay, metalhead. That's one worth at least 30. You'd think I was buying iron. Will 20 gold pieces satisfy your penniless old man? And no one ever told you the farmers don't bargain, did they? Well, I say 30 golders, metal melon. I mean 30 golders. Alright, you pirate. 30 gold pieces it is. Sure. You see those folk in the towns with all those chickens? 'Tis the farmer Hedrick and his wife fled here from their plans, just like I have. His daughter was a tomeful 'tis head adventuring just like you. Died young just this past season. You still with me? Good, then I won't have to repeat myself. Not long after she died, a bunch of other tin-headed came looking for her. She said she had something of theirs. Old Hendrik just took him outside, pointed to her grave marker, and told him to get the hell off his land, 'cause they had something of his too. So that night I heard a ruckus in the hen house, looked out the window, and there he was, trying to stuff something down the gullet of one of them chickens he keeps out back. Draw your own conclusions, friend, but I'm thinking there's something a tin-head like yourself might like buried deep in the gizzard of one of them cluckers. If you can think of another reason they'd fled to the town with their chickens or nothing else, I'd be glad to hear it. Now clear off before you back in them ovens, you honor, you gotcha. Interesting. I wonder if we can... We're just good folk fled from the outer farmland, stranger. We ask nothing of you other than we leave us be. How much are you asking for the chickens? I'll buy them off you. They're not for sale. Are you sure I can offer a good price for them? What are you implying, stranger? I said they're not for sale. Give up the ruse, old man. I know your secret. Hand over the chickens. Aye, you're a terrible evil man, you are. 'Tis all I have done. 'Tis all I have left of my daughter. All we have in the world. Dead, dead. That's too bad. Hand it over. If it must be, it must be. Someone must have stolen it sooner or later. No, Erlen, don't. Nah, Anna. There'd be no sense of causing trouble over it. Here you go, stranger. I hope it makes you happy with yourself. Okay. Save. Alright. Well, ladies and gents, I think we're going to end this episode here. In the next one, we're going to try and finish this quest here and find out what's happening here in the Umar Hills. So thank you very much for joining me, and feel free to like, comment, or subscribe down below. And I appreciate you checking me out, and yeah, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next one.